it's me, Courtney, and today I get to do the children's message. So today our message is about reactions. So what are reactions? Well, it's a way that we respond to things that happen. So today's scripture is from Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 through 8. 6 days later, Jesus took Peter and the two brothers, James and John, and led them up a high mountain to be alone. As the men watched, Jesus' appearance was transformed so that his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. Suddenly Moses and Elijah appeared and began talking with Jesus. Peter exclaimed, "Lord, it's wonderful for us to be here. If you want, I'll make 3 shelters as memorials, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." But even as he spoke, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my dearly loved son who brings me great joy. Listen to him." The disciples were terrified and fell face down on the ground. Then Jesus came over and touched them. "Get up," he said. "Don't be afraid." And when they looked up, Moses and Elijah were gone, and they saw only Jesus. Wow, that's a lot that just happened. Let's go through it. So Jesus took 3 of the disciples up a mountain with them. While they were on that mountain, God did something amazing to Jesus. God made Jesus literally glow. How amazing is that? How would you feel if you were one of those disciples and Jesus was glowing right there? That's amazing. Well, 2 men appeared that had died a long time ago, and they had appeared talking to Jesus. Where did those men come from? They died a long time ago. That doesn't make sense. Well, one of the disciples had offered to build shelters for each one of the men to kind of capture the moment. While the disciple was speaking, this bright cloud came over, and a voice was speaking from it. It was God speaking. How amazing is that? God was speaking and letting everyone know that Jesus was his son and to listen to Jesus. While God was speaking, the disciples were scared and fell face down to the ground. How would you feel if you were those disciples and you heard God speaking? I would feel a little scared. When Jesus touched the disciples, he told them to get up and to not be afraid. When the disciples got up, the 2 men that had appeared talking to Jesus had disappeared, and only Jesus was standing there with them. Wow, that's a lot of stuff that just happened in that scripture. But out of all those things, one thing really stuck out to me. The thing that really stuck out to me were the disciples' reactions. Think about how they reacted when Jesus was glowing and the 2 men appeared. And then how they reacted when God was speaking. Well, we react to things daily, like when I'm playing and the rain starts, I want to have an umbrella so I don't melt. And when I see this amazing, delicious Hershey Kiss, I kind of want to eat it, and it makes me happy. But I'll just save it for later. And when I see something scary, sometimes it just kind of makes me want to hide. Well, what do all these reactions have to do with the scripture? Well, the disciples reacted whenever Jesus was glowing and the 2 men appeared by offering to build shelters. And they reacted whenever God spoke from the cloud and was telling everyone that Jesus was his son and to listen to Jesus. So then, why did the disciples react the way that they did? Well, there are many different reasons of why they could have reacted that way. But one of them was about how they had a strong relationship with God. When you have a strong relationship with someone, you want to do as much as you can for them. Another reason that they might have reacted the way that they did is because they love God. When you love someone, you want to find a gift for them, or if you try and find a gift for them, you will spend time to find or make the perfect gift to show how much you love them. When the disciples heard God or saw God do all these amazing things, they worshiped him because they loved him and they had a strong relationship with him. They wanted to show God how much they loved him, so they worshiped him. When we see God, we worship because we love him and we know that he loves us too. So I know that some of us are back in church today and some of us are still at home, but none of what has happened has changed our relationship with God. No matter where we're at, we should always try worshiping God and react with happiness to all the amazing things that God has given us. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. See you all later.